Hi, my name's Elise Rose. I'm 23 years old and I'm a type 1 diabetic. Diabetes is when your body's pancreas, which produces insulin, does not produce either enough insulin that you need or any at all. Insulin is what regulates blood sugar in the body. And so as a type 1 diabetic, my pancreas doesn't produce any insulin, and so therefore I have to take it myself in the form of medication to regulate my blood sugar. I do this whenever I'm intaking carbohydrates, which turn into sugar. So essentially, anytime that I'm eating, or if my blood sugar is high, then I can take insulin then as well. My initial symptoms were excessive thirst and the need to use the bathroom all the time. I also sometimes felt really weak and really hungry. So those were symptoms that I had during high school. So when I noticed these symptoms, I knew something was wrong, and that was when we went to the doctor. When I found out that I was diagnosed, it was a shock, but it was also hard to take in at first, and so I think the real shock of it hit me later, because when I found out and when we were going to the hospital and everything, it was so new, and I feel like it hadn't really sunk in yet. And then later on, it kind of really hit me that this is a disease that I have, and this is gonna really affect my life forever, and this is something I'm gonna have to learn how to deal with. I distinctly remember one day, my dad came and talked to me about it because he was concerned. He told me that some of the things that can happen to diabetics later on in their lives, if their diabetes goes uncontrolled, they can lose their eyesight. It affects the nerves, so you lose feeling in your feet or your fingers. It affects the heart and the kidneys as well. And he said if I were to keep doing what I was doing and not managing my diabetes like I should be, that eventually when I'm older I might not be able to walk, or I might be really unable to see. I might, there's potential to lose my eyesight. And so when he told me that, I think those were things I kind of had heard about, but I never really knew firsthand that those had happened in our family. And it hit me really hard because I thought about what it would be like for me when I'm 60 years old and having to be in a wheelchair, or not being able to feel my fingers or be able to see. Those are really hard things to think about. And so that, having heard that kind of changed my mindset about managing my diabetes, and it really gave me a stronger motivation to want to keep it under control. So even though diabetes is really hard, my family has been a really big support throughout the whole process. I have really great parents who are really supportive and really caring, and they listen to me and they give me the best advice. So I know that I can always go to them. And beyond my family, of course, my faith in God is something that guides my whole life. And of course, I ask God for help with managing my diabetes, because I know that ultimately He is powerful and in control of the whole situation, and I know that I can trust Him and that I can rely on Him for help. And beyond that, just spending time with friends and people that care about me. I feel like I have a good support system and that I'm able to do whatever I put my mind to.